Good evening and welcome to the June 15th special meeting. Item 1 calls for a welcome. It is actually 6:06 and we'll call this to session here. 1 calls for a welcome, invocation, and reading of the emergency statement, establishment of a quorum, district statement, and pledges. Invocation will be given to us by Trustee Hall. Mission statement, Trustee Daniel, if you don't mind reading that for us as well. But I will read first the emergency statement into our hearing. DeSoto ISD takes safety of our students, employees, and guests very seriously, including those who are with us tonight. In an emergency situation such as a fire, please exit the building using one of the marked exits unless directed otherwise. Should we experience inclement weather such as a tornado, we will ask all guests to move quickly into the interior of the building, away from all doors and windows. Our emergency operations administrator will monitor the situation at all times and advise of any potential situations, as well as coordinate local emergency responders regarding when the situation has passed. Thank you. If we all stand for a prayer, be led in prayer by Trustee Hall.
DeSoto ISD will prepare each student academically and socially to become a problem solver and productive citizen for a 21st century global society.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Thank you, Trustee Hooper. Do call for a quorum, in which we do have a quorum present with 5 members and 6 which will be back with us shortly. Item 1B calls for us to conduct public hearing on the 2015-2016 tax rate. We'll at this time open up the public hearing at 6:09, and we'll keep that public hearing open for the next 3 minutes. Time is now 6:12. Call the public hearing closed. Brings us to item 2, which is our actions. Item A is adopt 2015-2016 tax rate. Dr. Harris.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. The district has elected to adopt a 2015 tax rate before receiving the certified appraisal roll from the chief appraiser and before adopting the budget. For the purpose of conducting a tax ratification election, the district is adopting 2 tax rates on $100 per evaluation. In order to meet the needs of the district, the Board of Trustees sets the tax rate as follows. $17 for the purpose of maintenance and operations, and 43.43 for the purpose of payment of principal and interest of debts. Furthermore, if the voters approve the total tax rate of $60, the Board of Trustees sets the tax rate as follows. $17 for the purpose of maintenance and operations, and .29 for the purpose of payment of principal and interest and debts. The district tax rollback for 2015-16 is $1.47 per 100 taxable value. The notice of public meeting to discuss tax rate was published in accordance with the state regulations. It contains a comparison of proposed rates with last year's rates, a comparison of proposed levy with last year's levy on an average residence, the district rollback rate, and fund balances. A public hearing on the proposed 2015-16 tax rate was held prior to the agenda item. The recommendation is to adopt the ordinance to set the tax rate for year 2015.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Board, we have the information here. I'll entertain a motion at this time.
Mr. President. Make sure I'm all right. All right. I would like to offer a motion to adopt the tax rate resolution. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate per $100 valuation of 1.17 for maintenance and operation, of 0.43 cents for interest and sinking, for a total tax rate of $1.60, which is effectively an 11.23% increase in the tax rate. And furthermore, that if a majority of voters approve the $1.60 total tax rate in a tax ratification election, in order to reduce the INS tax rate by 14 cents, that the property value rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.17 for maintenance and operation, of 29 cents for interest and sinking or INS, for a tax rate of $1.46, which is effectively a 1.5 or 1.50% tax increase of the tax rate. This tax rate will raise more tax for the maintenance and operation than last year's tax rate. The tax rate will effectively be raised by 12.84% and will raise taxes for maintenance and operations on a $100,000 home by approximately $130.
Thank you, Trustee Hooper. We have a motion by Trustee Hooper. Is there a second? Second by Trustee Hall. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. Let me do it again, because my hearing may not be as good. We have a motion and a second. So we're going to call the question at this time. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries 5-1. Thank you. We might have to go back to the hands because it's my hearing. Item 2B calls for adopt election order for TRE. Dr. Harris.
Yes, it needs to be read in its entirety, unfortunately.
Notice of tax ratification election. To the residents, qualified electors of DeSoto Independent School District. Notice is hereby given that an election will be held in DeSoto Independent School District on the 5th day of September 2015 in accordance with the following order. Order by the Board of Trustees of DeSoto Independent School District calling a tax ratification election to be held within said district. Making provisions for the conduct and the giving of notice of the election and containing other provision thereto. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the DeSoto Independent School District seeks to ensure a high-quality education program for all of its students. And whereas the Board of Trustees is authorized to levy taxes to fund the maintenance and operations of the district and to pay the principal interest of bonded debt. And whereas the Board of Trustees has adopted a total tax rate for 2015 that exceeds the calculated 2015 rollback tax rate at a duly called and posted meeting in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. And whereas the Texas Tax Code, Section 26.0A, subsection A, requires the district conducts a tax ratification election for the purpose of permitting the registered voters of the district to determine whether to approve the tax rate adopted by the Board of Trustees. And whereas the Tax Rate Code 26.08, subsection A, requires the Board of Trustees to order the election to be conducted in the district on a date not less than 30 days or more than 90 days after the date on which it adopted the tax rate. And whereas the Texas Election Code, Section 3.005, subsection A, requires the Board of Trustees to order the election not later than the 62nd day before the election day. Therefore, it is ordered by the DeSoto Independent School District Board of Trustees that a special tax ratification election be conducted on Saturday, September the 5th, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. at the following polling places: DeSoto High School, Freshman Campus, East Middle School, West Middle School, Curtis S. McCown Middle School, DeSoto Alternative Education Center, Amber Terrace Elementary, Cocker Hill Elementary, The Meadows Elementary, Frank D. Moats Elementary, Northside Elementary, Woodridge Elementary, Ruby Young Elementary. An election judge will be provided by the Dallas County Elections. The early voting places for voting by personal appearance and by mail should be located at the Instructional Support Center at 200 East Beltline Road, DeSoto, Texas 75115. During the period of early voting is required or permitted by law, being Wednesday, August 19, 2015 through Tuesday, September 1st, 2015. The hours designated for early voting by personal appearance at the main early voting polling place shall be from 7:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. on each day except Saturdays or Sundays and legal state holidays. And the early voting clerk shall keep this early voting place open during such hours for early voting by personal appearance. At said election, the following shall be submitted in accordance with law: tax ratification ballot, approving the ad valorem tax rate of $1.60 per 100 valuation in the DeSoto Independent School District for the current year, a rate that is 11.3% higher per 100 valuation than the school district rollback tax rate. Application for ballots by mail should be mailed to Ms. Lavetta Levels, District Election Coordinator, DeSoto Independent School District, 200 East Beltline Road, DeSoto, Texas. Application for ballots by mail must be received no later than the close of business day on Friday, August 28, 2015. The election shall be conducted by election officer in accordance with the Texas Education Code, the Texas Election Code, the Texas Tax Code, and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Board, you've heard the notice, the tax ratification election. It's time I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move adoption of said notice.
A motion by Trustee Hooper. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Hall. That board will call the question. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
That motion carries 5-1. Item 2C calls for the appointment of election clerks and judges. Dr. Harris.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Mr. Sherman and Board of Trustees, we have been in contact with Dallas County. We could have selected the opportunity to select and train our own election judges, but Dallas County has a pool of trained judges that lives in DeSoto and that are trained and they have experience with elections. And so we are meeting with them on Thursday to secure those possible judges, as well as get confirmation on utilizing our students in this process. They have a program where they pay students to actually participate as election judges, themselves student judges, and also to participate on the day of the election with the actual with the voting machines. And so they have a program there. So we would like our students to participate. So we're meeting with them on Thursday to confirm those items. So at this time, we are not recommending that the district select judges, that we could utilize those existing trained and experienced judges in the city.
It's not necessary to take action on that.
No action is necessary.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Ms. Levels. So we expect to hear back from you regarding that next Thursday or following your meeting on next Thursday.
Absolutely.
All right, very well. We have item 3, which is executive session. We have no need of executive session today. And so it is at 6:24. We'll call this portion of our meeting adjourned.